Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good to see y'all. Feeling a lot better today, so things are really a lot better. Hopefully, they'll stay that way. So, once again, don't forget, May 20th, this month, the 20th, on Saturday, we're going to have hopper stock, 124 Lower Jean Lane, Statesville, North Carolina. We have a Facebook group called Hopper Nation. We'll put a link below in the description. And there's also a link to our apparel store if you want to check that out. I'm running a little behind today because I've been on the phone most of the day. I did get some of the 461 put together. So y'all might get to see that cutting in a video. Probably will not be this video. I don't think it'll be this one. You never know. It might be, it might not. I'm going to say it's probably not because we've got a lot of work to do on this. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on it because I got to get it torn down so I can get the machine work done on it. And we're going to try to go through that. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. What do we have? It'll be the 395s. Now, I have started taking some of the stuff off of it just because I was on the phone and busy. So I took off the air filter cover and the air filter. So yeah, don't be mad. I think that is an aftermarket top end. It appears to be so. We're going to see what we can get an eyeball on this thing. It appears to be an aftermarket top end and an aftermarket muffler. And it appears to be an OE carburetor. So, what do we have down here? Yep. It's got a highway pop-up in it. Sure enough, it does. I can't remember everything, so if you're watching and you know what you told me and I don't remember it, don't shoot the messenger. I can't remember some days. Some days I can't remember what we're doing. Come on off of there. Come on. Let it go. Let it go. It appears to have an aftermarket coil on it as well. So that's what we've got. We're going to go with whatever we got, and that's what we got, so that's what we're going to go with. And it does run because the paint's burnt off the muffler. So I know it runs. Or I know it did run anyway. We're going to go ahead and get them torn down. See if we can start getting some numbers put on it. I'm going to try to do some machine work on sooner. I'm going to do some machine work I haven't done on one of these before. We're going to see how it turns out. We've done it on some other stuff, so it's worked good on everything else. We're going to try it on this and see what happens. Trying to get some of this stuff off right quick. We're going to go get the solder. We're going to find out what the swish is right now. Yeah. 35, 37, 39. All right. 35 is the closest we've got now. That probably won't matter, but for what we're going to do, let's see if we can get things tore down. Move y'all around over here. Sorry. Y'all look at this. Quit looking at me. I'm trying to help you out. Now, if I can find anything, it'll be this or that, the other. I can promise you, that muffler port will not look like that when we get done. And it probably won't have these screws in it either, because I am not a fan of straight screws. If you got a Mac, you'll know why. Because constantly having to use a stupid screwdriver not on the list of things that I like doing. So we're going to get this off of here. Get these out of here. I'm going to run this screw back in here just in case. Just in case it's got bar oil in it. These screws are probably, they're going in the box now. They'll probably go in the trash, because I don't want them. These running a little bit. Everything looks pretty good. I really wished it was easier for me to show y'all what I'm doing. If I do it this way, you can see it. It's all left-handed. I really need to turn everything around and be on the other side. But when I set this up, there was no filming involved. Whenever I set my shop up, there was only work involved. We're going to go ahead and take this off, because usually that stuff gets in the way whenever we're trying to machine. So I got a feeling I really should go and find my standard set of Allen, because I do have a standard set that goes in the impact. But for some reason, I have them unlocatable at the moment. Okay, T27 take them out as long as they're loose. I just can't break them loose with it. Right. Now, okay. Sorry. Just trying to remember what I got to do. Look like these screws. Take that loose. And Andrew will be here shortly. I think I might have already said that though. I don't know whether I did or not. I think I did. trying to work that choke linkage out of there. If you know an easier way to get this choke linkage out, put it in the comments below and tell me. Maybe get my rubber mallet. Well, there you have it. That is dirty on the bottom end, so we're going to clean that out. Put y'all over here like this. Let me get them bolts out of there. All right. Get all this mess out of the way. Here we go. Sit. Y'all know what I forgot to do? I forgot to take the darn clutch off. Oh, there's a problem right there, Joey. Pulse tube had a hole in it. Definitely not good. Well, it won't have when I put it back together. I'll put a new piece on it. I'll probably move the intake boot a little bit too, so clamp, so it won't be in the way like it was. All right. Yeah, look here. There's a hole right there. Put that in there. Put that in there. All right. Yepers. Ooh. Oh, never mind. Thought there was sealer in the pulse port, but it's not. It's down in here, so we're all good there. All right. I really need to do the machine work on it before I do anything else. So let's see. We'll see how it goes here. I don't know how it's going to go yet. But that's the saw torn down. I'm going to drop the bolts over here in this box. I'm going to throw the muffler over there in that box. Because the next little bit of work is going to be machine work between the cylinder and the piston. And then the port work. So I need to pull the piston off the crank. Come here. Drop that down in the box because it might be a little bit before we get her put back together, and I don't want to lose the circlip. Good heavens alive. For some reason that does not want to walk out of there, so just give her give her some light taps. If you got one stuck, don't go to beating on it. You can bend the rod. If you can't, just tap it lightly and get it out. Make you a puller. If you're not sure how to do that, a lot of times these work real nice. Will it work on this one? Yes, it will. Hold on now. Let me show you right quick. Because I'm sure somebody's thinking, well, how are you going to do that? This is what I do. You got to find the right size socket or the right size piece of pipe or whatever. I'll come in here and watch this. I don't know what I got, but I'll show you. When you got the, I'm not going to pull the circlip out, but what you do is you stick this through here. I lied, I am going to pull the circlip out because it don't want to go through. And I want to show you how it works, so I'll get it back in there. All right. If you've got a stuck piston pin, bolt goes through there like that. That's not going to fit. Come on, where's one short enough? Where's the 13 at? There it is. Yep. Wait a minute. Let me get the pin back in there where it goes. Because this bolt just is long enough. See what we got here? And you put the nut on this end. If you can get it started straight. And then when you start to tighten this up, it will pull the wrist pin out into the socket. But you have to make sure that your socket's big enough for the wrist pin to come into. I don't know if y'all can see that, but as you turn it, you see how it's pulling the head of the bolt through there. See, it's pulling the wrist pin into the socket, and like that. See, the wrist pin goes into the socket. So that's how you make a puller out of a bolt and a washer. And I just got one of these old lawnmower blade washers or something that I keep on this boat. I've got a 5/16 and a 3/8. They usually fit about everything, and I think that's a 4-inch bolt. You can make them out of different stuff. That's just the easiest that I found to make it straight out of the hardware store. But that's what I do with it. All right. So yeah. Well, I could just leave that out there. All right. We'll figure out what we're going to do, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody, we're cutting the piston. I got started, and I told Andrew, I said, I probably should be filming some of this, so
here we are.
Here we are. I know you probably can't get in there to see real good.
You can see all right. We'll turn them a little bit. There you go.
But I'm just trying to get a little bit of taper on the top of the piston.
There you go.
Because we're gonna
tell Hopper not to bump the camera, we'll be in good shape.
I'm trying not to.
Got them zoomed in where they can really see.
All right. I'm probably gonna just go. I'm gonna come back out and just take a few more thousandths, and that should give us a pretty nice ring there. I had to use the piston holder on this piston. There's going to be just a little bit of a line in there, but I don't know if I've got enough room to take it all out.
Yeah, and doing this kind of stuff, you got to watch that ring line. It gets thin fast, don't it?
It does.
Hopper found that out one time.
Yeah, I went a little. I mean, I still got a little bit of meat there. I might just go on and take another.
How far are you from the pin?
It's a good little bit.
Okay. The pin comes quicker than the land does.
Yeah.
Gotta remember.
We could probably take another. We could probably take another 5 thousandths. That'd probably clear it all the way up. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt anything if I just went with it where it was at. But just for aesthetic purposes, it looks like it's going to take it all out, and it did. There we go. Now we're going to speed it up.
I'll back y'all up just a smidge.
I'm going to speed it up. Get the sandpaper. Go the other way. And go ahead and clean the surface of it up with a little, I said sandpaper, it's emery cloth. Now since I cut the arrow off the piston, I might have a hard time remembering which way it went. I'm just kidding.
Always look at the pins.
It'll run one way or another.
It'll run both ways, just not right. Just do it the wrong way.
Hey, if it runs, is it really wrong?
Unless you have performance issues.
That's what if it runs, is it really wrong?
Or snag the ring.
You hush up. We done had that issue before.
I know, I have too. It's not fun.
At least one thing, I do have another.
But it wasn't because I put the piston in backwards.
Hey, look, the arrow's still on it. Don't that look good?
They're zoomed in a good bit, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see it. You can actually see it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's right.
Captured on camera.
All right, we're gonna stop y'all off there. We got stuff to do because we'll unfortunately have to get a cylinder on here if we're gonna do that. All right, y'all. We didn't record doing this because it wound up being a real mess. This thing had a lot of chrome, or Titanic or Titanic or whatever it was up there in the top, and it was extremely tough to cut it out. I wound up chopping on it for a good little bit before I got it out of there. So, still got the lathe sitting here. We got the piston cut. I don't have the stuff to wash the top of the piston off, of course, because I'm out of the brake cleaner again. Because why wouldn't we be? Oh, mercy. A little rubbing alcohol. Got most of the stuff off the top of the piston. And it sits down in there and it sits in there good. One thing that did happen while we were turning it is the barb actually flew out of the pulse tube hole on the cylinder, so I got to glue that back in there. We're going to pull this off right quick, and you know what? Let's do that. I'm going to pull this off right quick, and then I'll bring you back, and we will get to, we'll slap the piston back on the rod, set the cylinder up on there, and see what kind of timing numbers we got, and we'll go from there. All right, this is probably going to be all we get done today. We got the cylinder put on. I have not checked the squish yet. Just want to see what the timing numbers come up to. We're going to zero it there. Go all the way back around to there. 149.7. 149.7 divided by dose. 74.85, so we're going to go 74.8. 74. 74.8. See what we got here. Right there. 76.5. $101.2. About 124. Yeah, about 124. 76. All that stuff. That's just preliminary numbers. That's nothing important just yet. We're just checking because we're not there yet. So we should have enough squish to not even hardly touch the solder. Maybe not even touch it at all. Yep, didn't even touch it at all. So what we're going to do, like I did the last time, we're going to fold it over, pinch it down like that. I'll try to get it in here like this. Let's see what we got, because this did work good last time. We're going to pretend it's 94 and go from there. We'll probably cut, let's see, we're going to say it's 94. I'm going to subtract 25. We're going to take about 70 off the bottom of the cylinder. So I don't know how that's going to go yet. I don't know how that's going to go yet. Let me get this off here and have a look right quick, and then I'll be back. And we'll decide what we're going to do then. But we're almost 30 minutes. All right. Now, we went ahead and throwed it in the lathe, decked the bottom of it, and cut the bottom of the skirt off. We're going to see what the squish is. I have not checked it yet. It should be somewhere around 30. Maybe tighter than that. Looks like it's going to be in the 20s. $26, $25, $25, $26. That's what I was just shooting for. That's what we're going to go with. There's not a lot of room in there. That's the reason why I'm leaving it a little bit bigger. If y'all wondering, some of these big saws, there's not very much in there once you cut the cylinder and stuff. So that's why I do that. I leave some space in there if it's a big rascal. Big rascal. 160. If it's a big rascal, I'll leave a little space in there. Divided by 2 is 80. We're going to set it on 80. All right, let's see what our timing numbers are now. 81, almost 82. $106. $133. $133. All right, so I'm probably going to have to raise the transfers a little bit. Oh, yeah. Probably going to have to raise the transfers a little bit and have to raise the exhaust a little bit. But that's as far as we're going to go for today. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know if we'll film raising them transfers or not, because that's kind of a cursed thing to do. Probably won't raise them a whole lot. Probably run a little bit longer blow down on this thing, just because the ports are a little bit small. Give it a little extra time. So we're going to go with that. We'll see how it runs when we get it put together. All right. Remember, y'all have a good day. Stay safe, be kind, treat each other the way you want to be treated. God bless. Remember, Jesus loves you. Bell Hopper out.